Hey, in today's video we're going to install a flush mount ceiling light in the kitchen. Hey, this is Marco from Bama Handyman Solutions. So we are here in a kitchen where we don't really have any good light. So we're gonna install these very thin flush mount ceiling lights. And first thing what we need to do is we need to make sure we have a layout how we wanna place those lights, because we're gonna have to drill holes into the drywall ceiling or whatever type ceiling you got. There's not a lot of forgiveness, so if the light is on the wrong spot you don't get good lighting, and you may have to move it and then you have to patch it up. So let's have a look what tools we're gonna need for that job. So we will need a hole saw, something like that, and this basically has the inner diameter of that light, so it will then be flush on the ceiling. And we need a couple of other tools for electrical wiring. So I would like to have 5 lights, and they are evenly spaced between each other. They are a couple of inches, 18 inches away, so they're basically in the middle of the hole. Same here, they're in the middle of the hole between the island and this wall. And these ones are all the same, they are in the middle of that little aisle here. So everything is basically centered towards this kitchen island. So the center of those 2 lights is also the center of the kitchen island. I already marked where we're gonna place the lights. So as you can see, it's a big mess here in the kitchen. That's the last room in the house. We're gonna have those 3 lights right here, and then we got one over here, and this is the aisle I was talking about. We will have 2 switches, so one switch is right over here, will be 2-way switch here, and then on the other side, you might have seen that quickly, will be the other switch. So before we start drilling, we want to verify that going into the attic, and we want to verify that there are no pipes on top of it we will run into. And also, if there is no access, we want to make, even though we were going to go very slowly and just making sure we are not running into something. So another thing, we got the ceiling joists. So those, let's get the lights. So actually those lights, they can even go when a joist is on top, so we can rotate them because they're so flush that with the ceiling. So this is a 1/2 inch, that this is a little less than 1/2 inch, so it will actually also work when there's a joist in our way. Okay, but for me now, I'm gonna go with that long drill, and I'm going to do that because I want to go into the attic and remove the insulation where I'm gonna drill, because I don't want that everything falls down and I cannot remove. So we then leave that. Let's go and check into the attic. So we go into the attic, and then we're gonna find our drill, and we're gonna remove the insulation so it doesn't fall down when we drill the bigger hole for the light. This was good. So now we have our pilot hole. We look through here to see where it is. So, okay. And then, see, now we can place that cup right here. See that? So once I'm starting to apply pressure, we are going slow and steady make sure we drill the hole nicely and doesn't fray out or our drill bit runs off. That's it. So we got it. So not so nice, but this will work. So see, no insulation. This came right off. So there's no mess on the ground or almost nothing. So put one knockout in here, we'll determine which way it will go. And then I just place it. So we know the joist is in this direction, that's where I want to put. We just leave that. Tear it a bit. Oh, yeah, so the plastic also we need to remove that. So let's remove those burrs here. Oh, we got our finger. Okay, so let's try again. Let's see if we do it better this time. Okay, much better now. So now it looks flush all the way around. Awesome. Okay, so this is the first and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. So I'm gonna install those. Same procedure, long drill, making the hole, removing the insulation, drilling from the bottom and installing the light, and then we go up there and connect everything. Okay, so we are now up here. We got our lights spaced out, and over here we got 2 and then 3 over there in the row. I'm not sure if you can see the one back there. So we got the feeding cable coming up from the switch, and we're gonna do one together, and then basically we put them all in series, starting here, and then we're gonna go over there and make our way back, and that's how we're gonna do it. I have to put on my mask. It's super hot up here, but the mask is for the dust, so I will not speak. But basically, let's open that. Well, as we prepared before, I said we have our, oh actually we need a second one. If I want to go in and then we go out on the other side, because this will be in the first starter here. So we're gonna break this up, connecting the cable, and let's do it. And then we get our power source cable. We remove the sheathing, and then we strip back the connectors or the conduit, so we can connect them inside the box. You know, you need a special tool to strip back sheathing. And then we're also going to prepare the cable which runs to the next slide. Do the same thing. So we then open the box, and we're gonna knock out the knockout on one side of the box. We put that plastic piece in there, and then we feed in the cables through that knockout. and then we basically can start connecting them inside the box. So those lights already come with the connectors inside, so we then just can push in our cables, our strip back cables into that connector. We connect first the hot, and then we connect our neutral, and then at the very end I connected the ground, and we install that nicely inside the box. So it's a little bit tricky sometimes to get everything inside. It's not a ton of space. So once everything is nicely inside, just so you can see, we had to make it work there. It's just not enough room. And then what I did is I screwed it on to the joist near the light so it stays in place and it's not covered with any insulation materials, because they can, get hot or warm. I just want to prevent anything from happening. Okay, so we are coming to the end. As you could see, it's not so difficult to get those all wired up. And in this scenario, we already had the power from the switch going to the lights, so we just could connect them all together. Now we're gonna flip the switch and see how they're gonna work, right? That's all the whole purpose of the installation. So let's have a look. I'm gonna get over here. The switch is right here, so let's see.
Woohoo! Yay!
Well, let's have a look. So we got all those all hooked up nicely together, and I think it turned out nice. So I would say this is a success. Please let me know in the comments what you think about that, if you would have done something different. If you not already have subscribed, then please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that like button if you got any value out of that video. I appreciate it, and see you next time. Bye.